Thanks for joining me today, guys. My name is Portia, and you are right where you need to be. Go like my Instagram page and go subscribe to my YouTube. Turn on post notifications. That way, whenever I'm posting new content, you'll know. We finna start the show. Let's go! Hey guys, welcome to the I Can Speak To podcast, where everyone can speak. We just speak in different ways. I'm your host, Portia B. So if you're feeling frisky, you can follow me on Instagram at I Can Speak To, and that's with a numerical 2. Or you can follow me on my YouTube channel. Actually, you can do both. Subscribe on my YouTube, and it's I Can Speak To, again with that numerical 2. So this week, guys, we're on episode 6, and I have some really fun and exciting things to talk about today. But before we do, I have some icebreakers that'll kind of give you a hint as to what this episode is going to be about. So I wanted to start with telling you guys my favorite song right now. I play it a lot in the classroom too, because I found like a Kids Bop version, and my kids like to dance to it as well. But I really love Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. It's a great song, and it gives me like those 80s vibes. And I think I was watching American Horror Story, like their 80s one, and I think they had the song in there. But I really love this song. It makes me feel like an instructor. What did they used to do? The aerobic instructor. It's like a perfect song for that. But anyway, so I wanted to tell you guys something else too. So I'm gonna start doing on each episode Asl Sign of the week. So the sign for this week is music. So I'm gonna show you how to do it now. Music. And most signs, you know, some of them are very self-explanatory. So this is music. And obviously this episode is about music. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you the title. And it is Music Make You Lose Control. Music Make You Lose Control. Alright. And it's going to be talking about how music helps kids learn language and expression. I think about all the times that I listen to music, or I use music a lot of times to express how I feel about certain things or different topics. So music is a great way for children to be expressive and show creativity and also learn language. So let's go ahead and dive into the topic points. So first, don't put baby in the corner. Let the baby dance. It's natural for children to feel an attraction to rhythmic patterns, a beat, a bop. We all love music. When you think about adults, like, we have music that inclines to make us feel really good, feel very joyful. You know, when we have celebrations, we listen to songs, or we have family reunions, we listen to We Are Family. I got all my sisters with me. We love music. It makes us happy. It makes us joyful. We like to dance. So children like that, and they have that same feeling. So when you think of the ways we use music for expression. A lot of people use music to soothe and calm children. You know, when we have our rest time at school, we always play like Beethoven or Disney lullabies to calm and simmer the mood after a very long and active day. So we use music to soothe. We use music to engage with others, to relate to others. We share music with one another. You know, have you checked out this song? Have you heard this one? So we like to relate with music as well. And if you think about it, like I was talking about, how we play music at birthday parties, our family reunions, when you think about it from the grand scheme of things, music is really a part of our culture, and it reaches all aspects of our lives. So it's important to know that it reaches all our everyday experiences, and like I said, a part of our culture. So another important fact is to say that encouraging movement through music play for children is great for gross motor development and self-expression. So as you guys know, I teach special ed, and a lot of times when we do music time, if we can't go outside and it's raining, we like to play music a lot. So we'll have our smart board up, and we'll play all types of different songs, and we'll encourage, the children following me. Maybe we'll do a parade with our music instruments, or I'll have these dance moves I'll do. Like I'll say, let's stomp, or let's jog in place, let's stretch our arms high, let's stretch our arms low, things of that nature. So that's working the body and doing that gross motor development. And even also if you have children who have to be in adaptive equipment because they have lower gross motor skills, or they have a disability, things of that nature, they can be in those walkers, they can be in those standers, and they can still move their bodies. You can move them around. So that's also gross motor development for them as well, and they're learning through that. So that's really encouraging and great to see. Also, music blends the body and mind in perfect harmony. So what I mean by that is children can learn new sounds and new meaning of words. So if they haven't heard a song before, there's words that they're learning through that song that they can possibly use in an upcoming conversation with someone, or you can discuss those words with them in the song. Also, repeating patterns, those are good for children to learn and develop that language. They get acquainted with various facts and topics through music. So I'll give you an example. Obviously, it was President's Day recently, and that was pretty much our lesson theme and topic for the week. And I found a video on YouTube. It was like a rap of teaching the children all the different presidents that we had throughout the year. So the kids were listening to it and dancing, and they're learning about it. And I had some of my kids being like, there's Lincoln, that's Lincoln, because we learned about him, and that's Biden, Joe Biden. We talked about how he was the president now. So it was cool that the language was able to connect with the music. So that was really dope. Next, dear music, you make language fun. Music makes everything fun, honestly, if you think about it. I've seen so many TikToks or videos of people teaching ABCs and using like hot beats, like, you know, rap songs that we used to like when we grew up, or things of that nature. And it makes it fun for the teacher too, because they're like, this was used to be my jam, and now I'm singing my, you know, I'm teaching the kids the ABCs to it. So that's what I mean by language. Well, music can make language fun. So music introduces new vocabulary, rhymes, word patterns, and repetition. So for example, one song we love to sing is Down by the Bay. And you know, at the end of it, you have to find, have you ever seen a frog sitting on a log? So it's teaching that rhyme pattern as well, and it's teaching children about different sounds and how to make words rhyme, which is also a language skill. So that's what I mean by learning those different patterns, new vocab, rhymes, word patterns, and repetition. And obviously, I've made a big deal to say in past episodes that repetition is important for children. Like, you know, even when it comes to behavior, or, you know, trying to teach them something, most of the time they're not going to learn the first try. They're not going to do something the first try. Even when you think about pottying, repetition is key with kids. They have to have repetition and routine to understand and learn things. So it's really good when you have music that has that repetition, because it allows them to learn. Also, music helps children gain language and allows them to learn how to apply new words and engage in conversation. I kind of already said this before, but I want to go a little bit deeper into it. So what I mean by that, again, is we listen to all different types of music, you know, even if we're listening, or even if kids are listening to a song about Simon Says, they're learning the different body parts through the song. Simon Says, touch your nose. Simon Says, touch your elbow. Simon Says, stop. Simon Says, jump. So that's also teaching your gross motor skills as well. But they're learning the different parts of the body, which is also a way to build language. So that's really what I mean by being able to learn those new words and apply those new words, engage in conversation. Or if you have a song that's created and it's talking about the different community helpers. I remember a song, Community Helpers. That's what I am. I came to help you, doing what I can. And it talked about, you know, postal workers. It talked about doctors, nurses, trashmen, all those different people and what they did. So that child was learning language and knowledge to understand that certain people had certain skills and they were essential for us to thrive in the world. So that also leads into engaging conversations between your children and you. Well, mommy, what's that? Well, that's a trash man. Well, what does he do? He comes and picks up the trash. We need him to pick up the trash so that he can take it away from the environment, because the environment's very dirty and very toxic, so we have to clean it up. Just saying. So there's different ways to build language through music. There's so many different songs out there, guys, about this. And of course, I have to mention my own song. I have a song called Look at Me, and it is on YouTube, but it's essentially talking about different gross motor skills that we develop, talking about look at me walk, I can walk. I'm spelling in the song, W-A-L-K, I walk today. So you're learning how to spell things. You're learning about the different ways your body can move. So check my song out too if you can, because it's teaching all of these things in it that I'm talking about right now. Also, clapping, dancing, and hand movement gestures show a child has connected with the language of movement. So I say this all the time. You don't have to speak to produce expression or to produce language. Children show you language by their body gestures, their movements, all those things. So if a child is clapping when they hear a song, or they're hopping up and down, they obviously like the song. There's different ways to move your body. There's different ways for them to learn how to move their body and use that movement. And teaching those signs as well. Do you like this music? Do you love this music? All those things are important. So make sure that you pay attention to those things and engage with your child when you see them doing those things. So I think about song play too. So some songs I mention are B-I-N-G-O, 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 and bingo, what's his name? Oh, all those are good song plays. Old MacDonald Had a Farm. I like a song a lot called Peanut Butter. Peanut butter, we like peanut butter. Peanut butter, that's what we like best. And it talks about the different parts. Do you like it on your head? Or do you like it on your shirt? Things like that. So those are good songs for rhymes, rhythmic patterns, and repetition, as I was talking about earlier. Even Wheels on the Bus, we're learning about the engine. We're learning about how the doors go open and shut. Things of that nature. And they also help children, again, with rhyming and prediction, which is really good for their language development. It also helps them in forming and learning new syllables, which is really good for younger children. So I encourage song play immediately, even if you think your child is too young. It's never too young for your child to learn language or build language, especially when you include those signs. And song play is wonderful for younger children. I enjoy song play myself, and it's not just because I'm a teacher. I love song play and I love music. I've enjoyed it since I was young. So I wanted to also highlight in regards to helping children build language and expression, talking about children who are nonverbal or have learning difficulties. So obviously, like I said earlier, it's a lot for expression and language without speech. Using those signs and encouraging body movement, responding to that child's facial expressions. If they're happy, if they're sad about the music, things of that nature. It reinforces basic skills in music. It elevates moods. Like I said before, I had a student that was, he was nonverbal and he was very, very fussy all the time. But as soon as I put music on, he would light up. I mean, like light up. And especially if we had given him an instrument or things of that nature. And he was still learning how to use his hands for proper functional play. So we would put the little bells, the shaker bells, on his feet. And he would, try to move his feet because he wanted to move to the rhythm of the music. Also develops memory. A lot of times, like I said about that prediction and that rhythm pattern, children will remember music and how it made them feel. And in repetition, I think about in our lesson time, we always sing the same songs. We start with our good morning song. We start with our days of the week. I've made songs for the color, shape, and number. I just try to make songs offhand because I know that music is going to keep them engaged, and I also know that music is going to help them learn. And I think that parents should do that at home. So even if you're cooking, and you're trying to teach your child about what you're cooking, or even potty time. It's time to potty. We gotta go to the bathroom. I just made that up. But you can think about it and try to engage them into that, because I feel like they're more likely to want to go to the potty if they know I'm going to hear that song that mommy sings. Or even washing hands. It's time to wash your hands. It's time to wash your hands. It's time to wash, and wash. It's time to wash your hands. So even those little basic skills, that's what I was talking about before, reinforces basic skills. It makes it more engaging. It's kind of boring to wash our hands. I mean, it's something obviously that we should do because it's important and it's a healthy habit. But it's not like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to wash my hands today, again for the 80th time in the midst of COVID. But when you have kids, it makes it fun that way because they're like, this is so cool. And hey, Miss Gunn, what's up, girl? And, it makes it really fun for them. So like I said, the hand washing skills, or even walking outside to go play. You have to, you don't have to have a song for everything, but I think it really helps reinforce those basic skills and keeps them engaged and makes it fun for the kid. Also, of course, music provides stimulation. I think about when I hear my favorite songs, I want to get up and dance. I feel good. I feel happy. I want to do something. It makes me feel stimulated. It gives me energy. It makes me feel positive in my mind, body, and soul, and my spirit, Lord. So it feels the same for kids, and you have to take that in consideration. So play music for kids. Let them dance. Let them act crazy. Let them learn language. Make up songs for them to learn. It'll be worth your investment, I promise you. So guys, before we go, those were my topic points. We're kind of through with those. I wanted to tell you about this book pick that we have for the kids book, and it's called I Got the Rhythm by Connie. I hope I'm saying this right, y'all. Connie Scofield Morrison. And okay, let me tell you something before I go into this. I always have children's book recommendations, and I never have the book. I've had it a couple times. Okay, so I'm making an Amazon wish list, and I'm going to put all these different books up, and I'm going to slowly start to purchase more of them. And I've actually had some of my friends who are teachers actually say they're willing to get some books for me to highlight on the show, and maybe if I get them, I can do some giveaways too. So this book is called I Got the Rhythm by Connie Scofield Morrison. And essentially this book is about a little girl, a little black girl, and she's hanging out with her mom in her neighborhood, and she's just feeling and seeing music everywhere. And she initially is like, she's got the rhythm, and she starts to engage with others in the streets and everywhere they go. And eventually she's got everybody dancing with her. So I think it's a really encouraging book, and it just kind of showcases and highlights what I've been saying this entire episode about how music makes you feel good, and it can attract others. It can bring others together, which I think is one of the most amazing things about music. You could not even know a person and relate to them because of a song. So check that book out when you get a chance. Again, I Got the Rhythm by Connie Scofield Morrison. And what I'm currently reading, because I got to do my adult book recommendations, and I read a lot of thrillers, obviously, but I did want to tell you before I talk about this one, I just finished The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett, and I wanted to highlight her because she is a black woman, and she is an amazing, amazing author, and I enjoyed that book immensely, and I rate it 5 out of 5 stars completely. So if you haven't heard of The Vanishing Half, please check it out. It was a really, really, really great book, and it's not a thriller. It's fiction, and it's about two twins who just end up leading different lives and their children's lives. decide to intersect. But one is pretending to be white and the other one ran away. Well, they both ran away, but the other one eventually turns home. So it spans over like the 1940s to the 1990s. But if you want to check out my book review of it completely, you can go on my other Instagram page, which is on the Book Code Club on Instagram. So what I'm reading right now is I'm reading Jar of Hearts by Jennifer Hillier. And it's essentially about a teenage girl who was murdered, and 14 years later they find her remains behind her best friend's house. Like, come on. And essentially, like, one of their friends who was a serial killer, like, did it, and her best friend knew about it and hid it from the parents for like 14, 15 years, but there's more secrets that we don't know about because she's still lying. So I'm checking this out right now. Again, it's called Jar of Hearts by Jennifer Hillier. And last but not least, we have our quote of the day, of course. And that is, one thing about music, when it hits you, you feel no pain. And that is by Bob Marley. Again, one good thing about music, when it hits you, you feel no pain. And I really like that quote because, like I was saying earlier, there's just certain songs I can be in a bad mood, and if I hear that song, it's gonna uplift my spirits immediately. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode 6, called Music Make You Lose Control. And I will see you guys, well, I guess you'll see me first, on the next episode. Bye, guys. I want to thank you for tuning in to the I Can Speak To podcast. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn post notifications on. Share our quote of the day or go by I Got the Rhythm by Connie, Scofield, Morrison. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you soon.